Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 442 podcast. I'm Azar Madani, and as always, I'm joined by the wonderful Tommy Sunday.
That's me.
And the exuberant Tony O.
Morning, boys. I am.
Well, you don't sound exuberant at all.
I was gonna say.
I give you exuberant, and you sound
I'm not
dead.
feeling exuberant this morning. Yeah.
I mean, look, man. After the weekend that just happened, Tommy's not going to be exuberant. I'm not going to be exuberant. You got to bring some of this.
If you were relying on me for energy, wrong direction.
I know we can give Tony energy. I'm proclaiming the end of winter today. I proclaimed it. That should make you happy and full of
Are you like that? Are you like that gopher?
So.
Are you like that gopher that comes out of the ground and like? Have you taken over from him? Because you know there's that gopher in.
What's the animal actually called?
Wait, groundhog, no?
Groundhog.
Oh, groundhog,
yeah,
right.
What's the difference between a gopher and a groundhog? Is there any difference?
I don't know, clearly.
No, actually, I think they look the same, to be honest. Yeah. Either
Have
way.
we confirmed if Tommy has any relation to this groundhog?
He is not. He's the ultimate jinx, Tommy. So, yeah, expect a winter storm next week because he's looked at the weather this week, declaring winter is over. No, it's not.
Yeah. Putting away all my winter gear. It's getting in the closet. I'm not going to look at it and see it until next year. Yeah. So, do with that what you may. All right?
Anyone in Kingston listening to this, if there is a winter storm next week, you know where Tommy lives probably.
Yeah.
So, hunt him down. Drag him outside.
And shovel my snow as you're going to get me. Yeah, please. Thank you. Yeah.
That would be nice.
Tony, you know what could give you a nice big dose of energy is a big old gulp of Carabao.
No.
Right out of the cup itself.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
I'm not getting any of it, so.
Yeah, you're not getting any Carabao
You were
this year either.
so confident last week. It's hilarious.
I was not so confident. I was just a little confident. That's how.
That's a lot for you. That's a lot for Chelsea.
Tommy, I got a stat for you. Chelsea are the first team to lose 6 English Cup finals
That's
in a row.
Crazy, man.
How many
3
goals?
FA Cup finals, 3 Carabao Cup.
How many goals do we score across those 6?
2, maybe.
I mean, in the 3 Carabao Cup finals, you've scored 0 because it's been 3 consecutive finals against Liverpool, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah. 2 penalty shootouts, and you were predicting penalties. Yesterday.
It was 2 minutes away from penalties. Yeah.
Yeah. So another jinx.
I mean, 2 minutes away from penalties against an under-12 team.
Yeah.
No, you know what? Forget this narrative about like young team.
There we go.
We're a young team too. We're just a very shit expensive young team.
No, but the difference is,
I know we give Gary Neville a lot of stick, but him calling Chelsea the blue billion-pound Bottlejobs was good. That was good.
I wonder how long you've been keeping that one in the coffers. You know what I mean? Waiting to say something like that. You know, he's been waiting. Yeah. But yeah. Anyways, I don't know. The game itself, like, Chelsea had their chances, but it's just like every week it's the same thing. How do these guys not score? How does these front? I love Gallagher. Like he's just a workhorse, but damn, did he miss some glorious chances to end this game in 90 minutes? Like, who else had Disasi? What did he hit off his chest, his knee, his head, right in front of the goal? Palmer had one. Like I guess hats off to the Liverpool keeper. He made some good saves, but
Keller had a great game.
He had a great game, for sure. But there's chances like this where it's like you gotta score. Why is Enzo trying to backheel fancy goal when he can just like turn around and just tap it in? Do you know what I mean? Like this team is just like they're not serious. They're not a serious team. We're not a serious club. We're a joke. There's a quote from Mourinho said, he's like, when you start getting used to like good performances and playing well and not winning and being okay with that, you stop being a big club. And like honestly, when's the next time we're gonna make a final of any cup or competition? I don't know.
Next season.
In the foreseeable future.
Next
with
season.
This,
you'll lose back in the Carabao final.
With these kids, I don't know if we do. And you could just see like extra time. Pochettino, he flat out came and said, I play for pens.
Why did he do that? That was the thing I didn't get.
You guys were playing well at the end of the 90.
You battered Liverpool in the second half. Like,
made no sense.
Battered them, and then
so
you took your
Gallagher off. Yeah, took Gallagher off. That's it. Foot off the pedal.
He is your midfield.
Yeah.
By the way, how Caicedo should have been sent off in this game. Like, I think for his challenge on
which
was it Gravenberch?
Gravenberch, yeah.
You know,
I think
the
like,
moment
his
you're putting in a
ankle
challenge like that,
state.
that is getting a player off the field. I don't know. That's
I've watched that one, Tony, and I don't know if I give a red for it. To be honest, I'll be honest. Yeah, and I'm not trying to defend Chelsea and this stuff, but it just he is just natural stride. And he doesn't even look. He's just kind of like, okay, I've got the guy's made it past man. And then Gravenberch is natural stride is also like, it's just like watching it again in slow motion. It's just hard for me to say that that's a red card, like just the way it happened.
Just because it was an accident for me doesn't mean it's not dangerous play. And he has a habit of doing this, Caicedo. Like
he's a reckless player, and he's shown it for sure. I mean, he actually was decent. Apart from, he should have been carded for sure, and maybe sent off, like you said. But I think the only player on Chelsea that can hold their head high was Petrovic. He was pretty darn good. And Petrovic, apart from that, I don't think there's any Chelsea player that can say they had a good final. You know, what I find hilarious, we had Mudryk on in extra time. And if you watch the goal that Van Dijk scored, so he's positioned kind of like top of the 6-yard box, Mudryk in that area. I bet Van Dijk saw Mudryk there. Like, I'm making that run in front of that loser. He's not gonna get the ball, and he jumps right in front of Mudryk, and Mudryk has no idea that Van Dijk is behind him, and then he gets that.
Mudryk doesn't step to the ball at all to make that header. That's the first thing you're taught when you're defending. You need to attack the ball. If you wait for the ball to come to you, striker or a forward's getting there ahead of you. And I think Van Dijk steals a run on, I forget on who. Maybe it was Chalobah or someone. I'm not sure.
Was it Disasi that was marking him?
Maybe Disasi. Yeah. It was like a centre back that was marking him that lost him on the run, and then Mudryk is just standing still. Not the first one Van Dijk scored even. Like it's look at the team that Liverpool had on the pitch. Van Dijk is the only one you have to mark.
I was about to say you had one player to mark. That's it.
Just one guy.
Just one player to mark.
The rest of them are A-level students, Tommy. They're A-level students.
Van Dijk was winning every aerial battle. He was winning every header. So at the end of the day,
he was absolutely immense. He was man of the
Mark the guy. Put 3 guys on him. I don't care. He's the one guy that's gonna win that header. Yeah. What idiots, man! Stupid, like so stupid. Man,
what's the point of bringing on an extra defender if you're still just not going to win headers on corners?
I know, and then it's just I know what really gets me about this is just Pochettino's tactics. Like, there's a reason this guy has never won in a cup in England. He does shit like this.
Did you hear his press conference after? And I hate it when managers do this. They're talking about other clubs that Liverpool when club started they lost cup finals and look at them now. I'm like, your story is not the same. Like, you can't be relying on someone else losing finals. And also, by the way, he wasn't losing finals when he had spent £1 billion on his squad. You know what I mean? Like, there's a difference.
Loser mentality and like just
for him to not recognize that extra time that it was there to be won. They won the penalties. Why? Like, where's the guarantee you're going to win on penalties? Win the game in normal time. Yeah,
penalties against kids. Penalties against
They're in school today. Those kids are in school today. They've won a Carabao Cup final. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, okay, Chelsea's squad is young. Your squad is very experienced. No matter what you look at it, they have several caps under their belt. Those were actual academy kids that have.
Oh yeah, in terms of appearances, for like first team appearances, they had these guys had like nothing. Yeah.
They're just squad fillers, man. They're like regents. They were sons of players from previous years. Like several of those players.
Hey,
Wait, who was the son of a player in there?
I don't know, but there were a bunch of them that were saying, "Oh, I played with his dad and shit." I'm like, "Oh." Okay,
you know what? As a random aside, I saw yesterday Mark Van Bommel's kid scored against Ajax. And that made me feel old. That made me feel very old.
No, like, hats off to Klopp. He gets his team.
Bobby Clark.
Bobby Clark. Yeah. Okay, gotcha. Bobby Clark, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
It's the most generic name. You can't tell me that this.
It's a regen. He's a regen.
This is like when you play
Lee Clark's
FIFA manager mode for like.
I knew that. Yeah. Lee Clark's son. I'm like, okay.
It's like when you play FIFA for like 15 seasons on manager mode and everyone's retired and they're just spitting out random players. That's when you get Bobby Clark.
From previous generations. You have
you know it's funny,
Anthony Gerrard, or I think that's an actual player. Anthony Gerrard. But
what was funny was at the celebrations when Liverpool won, you see Darwin Nunez just like jumping over and running and celebrating, and I think Klopp was asked why didn't he play. He's like, oh, he I thought he was injured, but then if he's doing that, I gotta talk to the medical team here. Like, they help me. So it's pretty funny. Klopp, man, he just gets his team to perform.
He's got that Fergie gene where he just puts out disgusting squads and wins games.
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
And they've got the
man. I don't think you could ask for Liverpool to lose any more players prior to this final.
Yeah. What happened to Salah? Why didn't he play?
He re-aggravated his hamstring. I think a little bit like precautionary thing. That's why he didn't play, and he didn't play against Luton midweek either.
If you have any pride that you see that team Liverpool put out,
man,
you have to win.
You have to go for it. You have to go.
Win.
Like if Chelsea had conceded off like going all out and on a counter attack, I think it would be like much less embarrassing. I'd be giving them less shit if they conceded off like a random counter attack or something because they went all out for it.
Yeah.
But like actually getting penned in by that, high school team at the end.
This is the worst. Bad. Like out of all those, like you said, those 6 cup finals, English cup finals we lost or whatever. This is the worst one.
Absolutely.
Like
it's the most embarrassing.
It's so
the
embarrassing.
Most embarrassing.
So embarrassing. Yeah. Like. I don't know how you're gonna. I mean, we have FA Cup midweek. I still don't know how. I don't really care, but I don't know how you come back from this. Like, the squad is a joke. Like, how do you get this? It's just embarrassing. But I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say else. But
I wanted to like briefly mention the Van Dijk disallowed goal. Because that was causing a lot of stir.
Because of Jamie Carragher, man. The guy's an idiot. The guy is literally an idiot. Like, and because he's on Sky Sports, he's so influential with his opinions. Like, other idiots latch onto it and start making news. He's offside. Like, I'm sorry. He's offside.
Yeah, Endo is offside.
But he's
initially
offside.
when it was going off, I was like, I saw the replay and I just heard the discourse. I'm like, oh, it's a terrible decision. And someone pointed out that actually it's for Endo blocking someone.
Yeah.
When he's offside, it's like...
It's offside.
Yeah.
It sucks. Then he starts using other examples. I think he used Arsenal and it's like, look at Arsenal players, they're starting offside. It's like, you dingbat. At the point they actually play the ball, they're all onside. And he knows it as well. But, he's just trying to create narrative. But, yeah.
Well.
Idiot.
Congrats to Liverpool in the end. I did enjoy Ben Chilwell repeatedly picking fights with teenagers. Like, Jesus. It was rough stuff. Tommy's pain is just all on his face.
Well, no, you saw the Enzo clip at the end?
When you said that, I just thought of the Enzo clip and how he was triggered by like some random fan. He's ready to go and just like, guys...
All he said is unlucky.
They started laughing. Like, how dare you?
Yeah.
How dare you say that? Just like you can just see how fragile this mentality is in these players in this team, right? Just like
they were embarrassed. They were embarrassed. Honestly,
you don't know how much I miss. Just even the Tuchel year or whatever it was, like just bring me back there.
Tuchel's 18 months, yeah.
Like the team is so different. This is like we're not honestly like we're so far in danger in like not being a top club anymore. Like
there was someone who, I think it was one of the columns or something that I was listening to said that the last Carabao Cup final you played against Liverpool, Chalobah was the only player playing today that played in that one.
I believe it.
And like Chalobah wasn't even starting. Like he came on as like an extra time sub.
Yeah.
Like that's
wild. We've been wanting to get rid of this guy all season. So even that is even him getting minutes or something. But yeah, it's tough. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's tough, boys. Yeah, this ain't easy. Well, I guess we can just move on.
Do you want to move from your misery to mine?
I mean, if you can help me out a little bit, that'd be great.
Well, so, I'll take some of the load now.
Cheers.
Move on to the Premier League. Man United 1, Fulham 2. Oh my god, if I could get my hour and a half back that I spent watching this game, because that was 0 out of 10 performances across the board. It was, I don't know if you watched this one, Tommy, because I know you were away on the Saturday, but Jesus Christ, it was so bad.
I did notice you're missing Højlund, which was a big miss.
Big loss.
Truly,
Big loss.
I appreciate him. No one could hold the ball. Our entire way of having possession is Højlund holding up the ball. It's nuts how bad they were.
And half
it's not nuts how bad they were, because they've not played well at any point really this season. But even by their standards, this was bad.
You started using Harry Maguire as your battering ram up front. That was the tactic that you resorted to. It's I don't know, man. I just watch United, and I genuinely think they're the worst coached team in the league.
It doesn't look like there's
identify any style.
So Ten Hag wants to push the strikers up high to press, but they don't actually press. They don't take any angles. Mm-hmm. They just go high. They stand-ish high. The midfield is just but then the defense can't push high because we don't have the personnel to push high in defense.
But you also
there's this swath of space, just a vast galaxy in between the forwards and the defense. There's so much room. Look at any time Fulham had the ball. If they walked past the first man, which they would do, obviously, because the first man is applying no actual pressure, taking no actual angles, they can just saunter up the pitch until they get to our defense. And then we wonder why we're conceding 20 shots a game.
You're the only team in the league that presses in the same formation that you're attacking. The moment they lose the ball, no one's doing anything different. No one's dropping in to block the center. You just see Rashford walking towards the player he's supposed to press, so they pass it around him, and then they go from there. It's awful. To lose that game as well after who equalized? I can't even remember.
Maguire.
It was Maguire. It was a rebound. Oh my God. Leno tried to lose that game for Fulham. He kept dropping every shot. On
the one that Maguire ended up tapping in the rebound, there was a very good screen by McTominay. I don't think he meant to do it, but he flashed in front of Leno, tried to play the ball and missed it completely. Yeah. And that unsighted. So that the one which Maguire scored, I'm a little bit. He did see it late, but after that, he was just oh dear me.
Every shot in the path of right into the dangerous areas. I'm just this guy's actually going to lose this game for Fulham. And then you lose the game. You end up losing the game yourself.
I'm sorry. Adama
just runs through the center.
Greasy man himself. He's going to do one thing. He can only do one thing. He can run in a straight line. So he runs in a straight line through the center of your midfield.
Yeah.
Oh, what? Just someone. Ericsson. What the fuck, man? Just hack him.
I mean, to be fair, it is Ericsson.
Ericsson probably.
Yeah. Maguire has no issues hacking anyone else down. Why doesn't he hack? Take the red at that point.
What I love about the goal
Take the red at that point, man.
Iwobi just does one little cut
steps inside, and Dallo just
two United players.
Dallo just keeps going. He just keeps going. He doesn't even fake. Just controls the ball, and Dallo just keeps going.
The defending.
The fact that if Fulham didn't win this game, it would have been a fucking travesty with some of the chances they had. Yeah. We were unbelievably shit for the first 70 minutes, 75 minutes. Then created chances. I'm not saying we weren't shit for the rest of it, but we were unbelievably shit for 75. Created chances for 10 minutes when we're hey, let's just fucking push high, everyone, go. Created chances, put one in, and then, I don't know, decided to go back to the first thing, initially. I just look at the amount of space Traore has when he when he starts running. Like, he gets past Maguire, and then there is about 40 yards of no one.
Yeah.
I will say, it was the bright spot was that who's this guy, Forson? So Anthony got dropped for what's his name, Forson on the wing, or
Amari Forson, yeah.
Amari Forson. Yeah, so maybe that's good news, right? You don't got to see Anthony.
I tell you what, the thing was, he brought on Anthony at the end too for about 90 seconds.
It's embarrassing. I was like, yeah, this is your legacy. Anthony is his legacy. I don't know why he came out. He said at the end of the game that, I did it because Anthony has not been playing well. This is not about fitness. It's performance related. And I'm just he wants to pick a fight with Anthony now. His press conference, we were talking about Poch being an excuse merchant. Ten Hag is an excuse merchant. He's talking about previous times. We played so well. We should have beaten Arsenal. We should have beaten Liverpool. It's like, against Liverpool, you had like one shot on target. Where are all these? Like, it's like we should have scored that one shot on target and we'd have won the game.
That is not how could the thing keeping this team afloat right now is Højlund's 60% conversion rate over the last.
Which is not
Højlund is just on a heater with his finishing. That's all that's keeping us afloat.
That's wild.
Like, there's nothing else.
Back to zero goal difference. Back to zero goal difference.
Back to zero, baby. Chelsea will find a way to finish 10th. We will find a way to finish with 0 goal difference. There's balance in everything.
Bruno had a special day of complaining and rolling around as well.
Did he have a special day, or did he have a normal day?
It seemed more than normal. This
is now normal.
This is just normal.
Like, he's
where he takes a bad shot, pretends to get fouled, rolls on the ground while United are still attacking, and then when the ball's coming right back to him, he's up and he's fine. It's just like, it's so revolting, man. Like, I couldn't stand
Captain of Manchester
Captain
United
of Man United is nuts. It's nuts.
I am not. You won't find me defending many people at this club.
And there's no one else. I mean, even Casemiro now is a disgrace. Like,
Casemiro is dust. His legs are dust, man. Casemiro is dust. Like,
give it a Garnacho.
Varane is dust.
Honestly, give the captaincy to Garnacho. At least he runs around a bit. Like, I don't. I mean, don't give it to Garnacho.
Yeah.
Garnacho is
Kobe Mino.
Give it to Garnacho. I think Garnacho and Minu are the only ones that I feel so bad for Minu. Like, having to your first season in the first team isn't this kind of midfield, this kind of structure.
He's the one babysitting the adults. The child is babysitting the adults. It's nuts.
It's wild.
Yeah.
It's wild. Like, him and Garnacho were the only ones that came away with some level of credit from this game. And even then, they didn't play well, but the structure around them is so bad that I'm like, you know what, I can't.
You can't expect teenagers to play.
No, they shouldn't be the ones
right?
Exactly.
It's too much. Yeah.
Garnacho's the only one who's creating chances.
Yeah.
There's nothing happening, but Jesus.
There's been a lot of publicity from Radcliffe about how he's going to come in and fix the club.
This is the job on your hands, Jim.
Yeah. Why is everything in public? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
PR, man.
And then he's going to get there and what? Is he actually going to fix the roof? Or is he just doing this to get the fans on side? Because,
let's see.
Usually when a club is
he's gonna have a big decision to make on Ten Hag. I mean, I don't think it's not looking like a difficult decision at this point.
Who do you even hire? I guess Nagelsmann's available, huh?
Tuchel.
Nagelsmann's available.
No, don't touch Tuchel. That would be a disaster signing.
Yeah. We'll be back here in a year and a half.
Yeah.
To be fair though, there are going to be clubs big clubs that need managers, like Barcelona, Bayern, United, maybe.
Maybe Chelsea.
I have a feeling that Xavi is going to stay.
No, you really?
I have a feeling. Yeah.
I don't know.
Honestly, if he leaves that club, they're done. Barcelona, they're done. They're in a very bad place, and
their finances are still fucked, right?
Yeah, they need him to make it work. They need to make it work with him. I think he's a good coach. I don't think he's made a lot of mistakes. He's a young coach, but if he leaves that club, no one else is going to care enough to put up with the shit that they're going through. So, yeah, we'll see.
And Liverpool too. Liverpool's going to need a new manager also. So another top club. So it's going to be a busy summer for these clubs for sure. Yeah. But anyhow, we should move on.
Yeah, let's move on. Tony, you get the stand. Arsenal 4, Newcastle 1. Tommy and I can relax a little bit. I'm just mad that they conceded one at the end. Cost me a bunch of FPL points.
Hey, my boy Kivior got on the board.
He's been playing well, man.
He's been doing
Ever
good.
since we simplified his role, I think he has like 3 assists and a goal in his last 5 games. He's been playing well.
I'm happy to see it, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what... I will say, I don't know what Eddie Howe did this season, but he has gotten the conditioning of his squad terribly wrong. They look useless physically. Like
was there a midfield at all present in this game for Newcastle? I don't remember seeing anything.
They just like Bruno Guimaraes was terrible. Like Arsenal ran out of gas after about 45 minutes, right, because of the midweek exertions. But yeah, they absolutely that first half they just pressed Newcastle. They completed like 3 passes in our half, the entire half. It was nuts. Yeah, and Kai again. He had his finishing is still shocking.
Oh, he had one in the second half early on where put it wide or he should burying it. Yeah.
But I think he's won the fans over. Jorginho was man of the match.
Jorginho was excellent.
He was excellent. Having a deep line playmaker, like that's been the one thing missing with Partey's, spaghetti hamstrings, like unavailable. Having Jorginho in there to help dictate play from deep frees Rice to just go forward and vacuum every counter attack up. But it's a good game. Not really much else.
It was like
Saka's got 5 goals.
It was so comfortable.
Right? Yeah. Saka. Yeah. I mean, he's found his. Ever since we came back from Dubai after that break, the freshness is back in the squad. You can see it. Martinelli as well made a lot of really good runs from out to in, exchanging positions with Kai a lot. So, we needed it as well after the stale performance against Porto, and we owed Newcastle one because the last game they were acting like they'd won the World Cup after smashing our players in the face. So it's nice.
What happened in the first fixture? Was it a tie?
Was that the one where Guimaraes elbowed someone in the head?
Jorginho. He elbowed a few people in the head, right. But he actually swung at Jorginho. And they said it's not a foul because he didn't use his forearm as a weapon or something stupid like that. It's like, okay. I hope that club... I wish everything that can go wrong goes wrong with that club. Useless.
It's funny how quickly Newcastle became insufferable.
Yeah, nobody cares anymore, man. The whole romantic story about underdogs have come up and found their way to Champions
You can't be
League.
underdogs when you're funded by the PIF.
Yeah, I think the Tonali signing really derailed them. And do your homework. Everyone knew that this was coming, so I am enjoying the fact that all these regulations are in place now to avoid the City situation. Like they can't go around buying players to the same degree that City did, and you can see the air is coming out of the balloon of that project a bit. But
they didn't look equipped to handle like Champions League duties on top of the Premier League stuff, especially when you add in like the Tonali suspension on top of that. Yeah, and now I think Joe Linton's injured now, so they've lost their main thug, so Guimaraes has to pick up the slack.
Yeah, I think we'll see what happens next season, but I think they made Champions League a season too early. I think Europa League would have been better. They could play a rotated squad in that competition, keep some players fresh. Yeah. But honestly, it's a nice palate cleanser after the rubbish in midweek.
Yeah, the midweek.
Let's move on to another team competing for the title. Bournemouth 0, Man City 1. City were hanging on a little bit at the end of this one.
It's a rubbish performance.
Bournemouth were just giving it to them, and I think Bournemouth would feel kind of aggrieved not to come away with something in this one. I mean, I know what's going to happen now. People are going to say, oh, Holland missed another chance, is not quite clicking for him. Well, they play us next week, and, we'll give them so much space in midfield. So Holland is going to get a hat-trick. If you didn't triple captain in fantasy last week, this is the time.
That's what should
This is the time. Yeah. He loves a goal against United anyway, so...
I think that game against Everton was the only time he scored since coming back, right? In the league.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Possibly.
I'm pretty sure. Because he is misfiring a bit. But, he will score against you guys.
Absolutely.
Very, very, very sure about that. But, yeah.
It's fun.
I think he scored one. He scored one last week as well.
No, he didn't. Did he? Who did they play
in their double game week? I think he
Brentford,
scored one.
Yeah, he scored against Brentford.
Yeah, he scored against Brentford.
Yeah. He got the goal.
Yeah.
Like they with City is like
it was one of the Brentford guys turned around and saw Holland running at him and fell.
You're right. Yeah. You're right. Yeah. And that happens a lot. That happens a lot with Holland.
Yeah. It's the aura,
They just panic when they see him.
We need to check Holland for telekinesis powers.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that should be allowed. I don't think you should be allowed to trip people with your mind.
Nuts,
That's not fair.
It's just
That's not fair when you're already
Holland.
big and strong.
Before, at least, he had to actually body players. Now, it's just his presence that's... Yeah.
Fucking force powers. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
He's got to get it done some way. But I was going to say, like, with City, like, they haven't look convincing or playing well like the last few weeks, but they're
all season.
Yes, you wait.
Yeah, you
can
say,
but next weekend.
But I mean, especially like this, like
you don't count
this month or so.
Everyone plays well against United. You don't count. Yeah, except Chelsea.
Except Chelsea. Especially like this month, but like they've gotten the points. Do you know what I mean? Like they're eking out these like 1-0 victories, and I'm just thinking like they're winning. They're not playing well, but they're winning, and just like, are they gonna click? I'm just away from the click eventually. Like, is it gonna happen?
So. No, but it doesn't mean they can't win the league.
It doesn't mean they can't win.
I know, but this is them right now. Because what's going to change for them to click? Right now, Foden's on a really hot streak of form, right?
Yeah,
he's really picking up a lot of their slack. But I don't know, man. Like even in the Champions League, they just didn't against Copenhagen. They won convincingly because they're much better than Copenhagen. It's just at no point this season have I looked at
asking for a friend. How do you beat Copenhagen convincingly?
Oh
god. No one makes fun of my team like I make fun of my team.
Was that this season? No.
That was this season.
Yes. It feels like a lifetime ago because United are taking years off my fucking life, but yeah.
It's
if we don't win the league this season, I'm going to be really gutted. Like just because last season I felt we had no chance because City were imperious at this stage of the season. Mm-hmm. This season, I don't know. I feel like, we should be able to beat this team, but we'll see. It is City, it is Arsenal, so who knows? But
it's the chance, especially you see Liverpool's injuries and you see City's form. You're like, this has got to be the time we take it. Yeah, it's gonna hurt. And
I think Liverpool plays City soon, right?
Couple of weeks, I think.
I think so,
or just after the international break. Couple of game weeks.
Just after the international break, I think we.
No, they play March 10th. Sunday, March 10th.
Exactly.
So
I think just before that international break, Arsenal.
That's a fun sandwich of the international break for City, Liverpool, and Arsenal.
Is it Arsenal right after?
I think so.
No, Brighton. It's Brighton.
It's Brighton before Arsenal.
No, so it's actually it's Liverpool, then it's Brighton, then it's break, then it's Arsenal. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Less fun, but I'll still take it. Let's move on. Aston Villa 4, Nottingham Forest 2. I almost said David Luiz. It was not David Luiz. Douglas Luiz. getting 2 goals in this one. I mean, Villa were 3-0 up at one point in the first half, and Forest almost came back before Villa put them to bed. Good win for Villa in the end. One that they needed, I think. They need to get their form back on track, get their home form back on track in particular, because there's nothing more embarrassing than losing at home to Man United. So yeah, Ollie Watkins is he's banging him in this season, and Leon Bailey, especially for Watkins' goal, just magic on that right wing.
Villa are 4th. I didn't realize that. Villa are all the way up there.
Yeah.
They've been there all season, man.
I know. That was a point.
If you look at Spurs, if you think they jumped ahead of Spurs, I think last week.
Yeah.
But if you look at I think there's going to be 5 Champions League spots, right?
No.
That's what it's looking like, at least.
Is it?
Yeah, right now.
Really
right now with the new coefficients.
As of right now with the coefficients, Villa look like they're in a good spot to make that, because look at the teams chasing. United are the closest team chasing, and they're fucking shit. So
United don't belong in the Champions League.
We do not. No, we don't.
So Villa should be making it. Spurs should be making it. Although with Spurs, you never know. They are Spurs. But Emery's done a really good job there, to be honest. Forest, they should just be thankful that there are 3 teams who are absolutely dog shit, and Everton have had several points deducted. Otherwise, they would have been in serious
if that
trouble.
points deduction goes through for Forest.
Oh, true, yeah. Then they're screwed.
Because there's that pending thing with Forest and Everton where they might still get... Everton might get more points deducted. Forest might get points deducted. They're already in that scrap. But that could turn sour very quickly.
That wouldn't feel fair, though. It's what they're doing at the start of the season. If you do it at the end, that's terrible.
Yeah. Why are you waiting so long? Is this investigation still ongoing? What's going on there with that? Any updates?
I think it's still ongoing. I haven't seen an update on that in weeks.
Okay.
So
In
it
Everton's
does feel
case,
extremely unfair.
It feels odd to punish Everton if there's still a pending investigation. Why not just get everything done at once and then punish them? I don't know. But, I think Forest will be safe.
The thing about Forest is there's goals in that team. And you need goals to survive relegation. Between Awani, between Gibbs White.
There's goals in Luton too, though. So
yeah.
Because it's Luton. That's the only team that has a chance of staying up of the 3 that are down there. So
they're all close. They're all close. It's touch.
Those 3 teams are close. Yeah. Because if Luton win their game in hand, I don't know who it's against. Then. Yeah.
I think it's against City, to be honest.
Oh, okay. So they're not winning that.
Yeah.
But.
So it is still close. We can briefly talk about Everton next, because they got a point away to Brighton. I think if you'd offered them this point before the game, they would have taken it. But to concede a late equalizer against 10 men that's gutting. Everton haven't won a game since I think December 16th. I saw, but they keep drawing games, so they keep like picking up a point here and there to keep their like heads barely above water.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's shaky. It's shaky. Like, that's a team that is not scoring now. Like, they are just not getting any goals out of their forwards.
This is a very bad result in the context of the game. Like, how many minutes left? You go up a man. It's always dangerous to sit on a lead in that situation because Brighton now have nothing to lose. And
down the man, right? Down the man, because Gilmore, yeah.
Yeah, it's a bad challenge. Brathwaite's goal was really nice, but
yeah.
It just.
I was gonna say with Everton, what's funny is like you say they don't score. Pickford is the current leader in clean sheets for the Premier League at the moment.
That's what's keeping them.
That's what's keeping them up. Like in that spot, right? I was actually looking at more Premier League stats. They're the team that's put in the most tackles in the Premier League this season. Everton, combined.
That sounds right.
That sounds better, right? You're like, yeah, that's what I expect with
Sean Dyche's team, man.
Yeah,
Their defense has been doing really good work, honestly. And they just need someone to fucking stick the ball in the net.
They need the goal scorers,
DCL is just not the guy he was a couple of years ago. Like, the injuries have clearly taken their toll on him, and they just don't have anyone else that is a regular goal scorer. They were missing Doucouré for most of this stretch. He's finally back. I think he did score one last week in their draw against Palace. So they need him to like step up and start putting them in.
They need what's his name, Beto, right? To also try and get some goals too. I think he's got one goal.
I don't know what's going on in that situation? So I still think there's a player in there. I think they just don't play for their striker. But
but tough result for sure.
I mean, it's made easier when the bottom two are what they are, because Palace, in Oliver Glasner's, I believe, first official game in charge, beat Burn.
No,
was he in charge for the game against Everton?
Yeah, he was.
I thought he.
I don't know if he was. I don't know how much work he had done at that point, but he was there. Because Roy
Palace.
Roy was.
Yeah, I thought Roy's assistant took over for that one game.
That's why I said I don't know how much input he had. But,
Fair enough. Well, Palace beat Burnley 3-0, and this was actually, I think this was 0-0 at half time. And then the second half, I mean, Burnley just chucked the ball into their own net so many times this season. James Trafford, again, like, just a blind pass to Brownhill, who has to bring a man down and get sent off.
Uzi, are you going to give Ayew his due? He has been. Are you going to give Ayew his due?
Oh, no.
He's been their player of the season, Crystal Palace.
He's got 3 Premier League goals this season.
No, stop it. Get him out. He's been good for them this season.
He's been good. Rubbish. I would say Elise has been maybe their per season, but
no, he hasn't, because he's never there. Stop. He's never there. He's never there.
Yeah.
Elise would have been, Eze could have been, but like they're never there when he's the one guy. He has 6 assists in the league, 4 goals. Stop.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Those
okay,
are good numbers.
And that is why. And
you
that
changed
is why
my mind,
Palace
Tony.
are 13th. And that is why Palace are 13th in the table.
As if they're ever anything else. They're Crystal Palace. It is what they do.
They have been higher before.
They've been 12th. Okay. They've been 12th before.
If they had a better player than Ayew, they'd be 12th.
Okay, but of the players that are there, he has been their best player this season.
Joachim Andersen, baby.
No.
All the way.
No, he's been poor this season.
Of course. Please stop bringing this Ayew bullshit to me. I have made up my mind on this man. Look at Ghana. Where are they? Huh?
Yeah.
In the bin.
Yeah, that's his brother's fault. James Trafford was a signing that the moment they made it, you knew that it was going to be problematic. You don't sign a young goalkeeper when you're just coming into the Premier League. You don't. Same thing happened with Melier with Leeds United.
Yeah.
Like, it's just. You would think a player of companies, like a coach with companies' experience as a player, would know this. Like, your goalkeeper is one of your most important players in the team. And his decision to play that pass was nuts. I can't remember who got sent off in this game. Was it Brownhill?
Brownhill, yeah.
He just throws him under the bus.
Right,
no choice.
Brownhill has to bring him down because he's in on goal. It's a 0-0 game. They're fucking desperate for a result.
It was an instinctive foul, right? Like, yeah. I'd be fuming. I'd Trafford in that situation.
He can't play out from the back, Trafford. He just can't do it. He doesn't have the skills.
No. He's good on the ball. He's good on the ball. But he's inexperienced, so he makes bad decisions.
I don't know. We've seen it so much.
That's why they signed him. Yeah. That was the whole point of them signing him, is he can play out from the back. He's agile. He's pretty agile and good on the ball. But you don't give it to Brownhill in that situation. And teams know that Burnley are going to play out from the back, so they press very high, But, he looks a mess. I feel sorry for the kid. This can be the kind of thing that destroys a goalkeeper's confidence or makes a goalkeeper, so we'll see. But
It does feel like too much too soon for Trafford. Like, if they'd signed him and they were still in the Championship, I think fair enough. Exactly. Probably a very solid signing. But, like, when you're coming up into the Prem, you probably know that you're going to be under pressure a lot because you're a newly promoted team. You don't have the level of talent of most of the established clubs.
Yeah.
Like, you need much more experience back there. It's, yeah, I mean, from that point on, down to 10 men, it was comfortable. Like, nothing went right for them. Even when they scored at the end, it got disallowed.
Yeah.
It's just, like, when it rains, it pours.
Yeah.
And, much like Old Trafford's roof, this Trafford, also very leaky. At least they're kept company down there by Sheffield United, who lost 1-0 to Wolves.
Well, I like
He was processing. He's processing.
Was the company one also a pun?
What was the company one?
He's like, they're kept company down there. Was that also
unintentional? But I will take it.
Unintentional? Okay. Okay, there you go.
I'll take it. I don't even know what I'm doing sometimes, but I mean, Sheffield. I mean, the most interesting thing about this game was Sousa and Robinson on Sheffield United almost getting into a scrap, which is frankly the most fight this team has shown all season.
What was Robinson angry about? Sousa wasn't tracking back or something?
They were probably very angry about the fact that they played on Sheffield United.
I have to say, Sheffield United, they should have won this game. They had so many chances. Like, Wolves did no defending in this game. And Sheffield United had like 3 1-on-1s with the keeper, and they just could never sort their feet out. It was crazy. I mean, it's why they're there. Yeah, it's why they're there. But just tamely hit it towards the keeper. Anyway, their season's over, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But
I mean, 7 points between 8 points between them and safety, and God, you'd be hard pressed to see them winning even half that amount of points for the rest of the season.
I don't know how they got to 13 points. It's nuts. Yeah, but
how did they have 3 wins?
Exactly.
We said this last week. We were asked the same questions, and then we go back.
I will keep asking it until I see some results.
How did they beat anyone? I know they beat Luton recently.
They brought in Chris Wilder to save them, because that is the appointment you make to save yourselves. And he's done fuck all.
Yeah. I will remind you, they also did beat Wolves in the first fixture. Yeah.
Okay.
Or the reverse fixture, I should say. Yeah.
I haven't seen this game. I'm not surprised because Wolves look shocking. And yet Wolves are above Chelsea.
They've actually climbed to 8th
in the table.
They're
ahead of Newcastle
and
now.
West Ham now. Yeah. So
I mean, West Ham are in free fall. West Ham are in free fall right now.
Yeah. Speaking of West Ham, they played today.
They play Brentford. Chance, do we care to? Yeah, that's fine. Look, if Tommy takes over as the main host, that means I don't have to log in the next time Man United lose.
It's just for the transition. Sometimes they're just there set up very well that you gotta take them. That's the thing.
You know what? I'm okay assisting Tommy for once. Tommy, I mean, get us started. How do you think this game is gonna go? What do you think is gonna happen? It's another, frankly, underwhelming Monday game because we had Palace Everton last week, which I told you would be a draw.
1-1, right?
It was a draw.
It was 1-1. Yeah, that's true. You got that one right. Both teams kind of suck right now, eh? So it's I don't know. I feel like West Ham might get the result. And they might just get that result. They need to put things back on track. So I'm going to say 2-1 West Ham. Tony's going to score for Brentford because he just tends to score. And Bowen with the winner. West Ham 2-1.
Jordan,
I like how he just completely ignored your joke.
Yeah. Jordan, you scored against Everton, right? He did.
That's why Everton are down there where they are. They're letting people like Jordan Ayew score. It's a mark of a bad team, I'm telling you.
What did Tommy say? He said 2-1?
2-1 West Ham, yeah.
West Ham have lost their last 3 games, right? And I don't think
West Ham have lost their last 3. Brentford have lost 4 of their last 5. So it's inspiring stuff coming into this.
West Ham at home. Yeah, let's say 2-1 Brentford. No. Can't Brentford win this game? Yeah, why not? 2-1 Brentford.
Why not?
Yeah, just 2-1 Brentford.
I mean, look, last Monday was a 1-1. I don't think this Monday's going to be any different. Whenever it's an underwhelming game, 1-1, baby. Nice and easy. No one's happy at the end of it.
You know, I'm going to change my score. I'm going to say 1-0 Brentford. Yeah. 1-0 Brentford. They score first and just shut up shop. Yeah.
The Neo Mope special, eh? Just get that goal and stop.
Yeah.
Stop playing.
Yeah.
Get a goal, wind someone up.
You know what?
Have someone maybe take a swing at him.
It is the kind of game where I can see a scuffle happening for sure. Yeah, they're in a bad place. Oh, you know what? I'm putting money on a scuffle. There's gonna be a scuffle this time. Yeah.
That's your prediction. Yeah.
That's my prediction. Yeah. Forget the scoreline. Yeah.
The expected scuffles is high in this one.
Yeah. That should be a new stat, I think. Yeah. Chances of a fight.
What was the topic last week? XG, expected goals. the title.
I forget what I named. Look, man, I don't remember what I name stuff and then I forget about it instantly.
Yeah.
I was expecting vibes.
XV, yes, you're right.
XV.
And yes, the XV for both Chelsea and United particularly bad this week.
Yeah. Not good. Wait, what's yeah? Nice.
I mean, next weekend's not going to be better. So
we are in
City, man.
We're in Kingston next week. Yeah, that'll be fun.
We are in Kingston next week.
Yeah.
You say fun. I don't think I'll have fun.
Well, you know,
I'll have fun. I'll have fun until a certain point, and then it'll be very unfun.
Yeah. Aches, joints are gonna ache. Yeah, but
Mine are already aching.
United play at 7:30 in the morning, so I guess on your travels too. I don't know if it's Saturday morning or not, but
on the Sunday or on the Saturday.
Saturday. They play Saturday morning. United.
Jesus fuck! I'm gonna be in this.
Wait, is that City?
City? No, it's Everton. Or is it? Wait, hold on. I'm looking at guys. Forget what I said. I'm looking. I'm looking 1 week ahead. I'm looking 1 week ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, we play Sunday at 10:30.
You play Sunday at 10:30.
Tommy, unreliable. On that note, with Tommy struggling to read dates and times, we're gonna sign off. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at 442. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Tommy.
Yeah.
Your calendar out.
The
get
word
reading, get
the word of the day should have been struggling. Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Right.
It's hard when I have to attribute that to Tony, and his team is the only one
true.
that did well.
That is true. Yeah.
To be fair, I am struggling. So.
Yeah, you are. Thank you for joining me, Tony.
Good stuff, boys. As always, enjoyed the chat.
I'm glad one of us enjoyed this. Thank you so much for listening. Hopefully you all enjoyed as well. And we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.